Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to how HBO Family Jam and Magnet became lost. Hey man, I remember HBO Family, bro. This is when we first had. My grandma had legal cable. Everybody else around me had that illegal cable box, but my grandma had the legal cable. She had Time Warner cable. So we got, you know what I'm saying, seeing shit like HBO Family, Toon Disney, and all this stuff. I would have never knew about this shit if my grandma never would have got legit cable. Because when my grandma got legit cable, it was like, oh shit, I didn't know they had all this, bro. They got a second Nickelodeon that plays shit that I already saw 3 hours ago. Yo, my mind was blown, bro. Because I ain't never saw that shit, bro. Didn't nobody, bro, from the day I was born, nobody had legal cable. Even before then, my grandma didn't even have legal cable. My grandma had that illegal cable box too, but eventually she got the legal. She went legit. My grandma went legit. Everybody else stayed legal. We was in the trenches, bro. We had to get it how you try to get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So somebody got to get the legit cable in order for us to get the bad cable. You know what I'm saying? That's how it be. But yeah, man. HBO Family was definitely lit. I remember mainly Crashbox. That's the show I remember the most is Crashbox. I do remember that they used to do like they used to have like these all-star black all-star cartoons, bro. They used to have cartoons like Samuel L. Jackson, Will Smith, goddamn Whoopi Goldberg, Denzel Washington, all in the one for a cartoon, bro. It's like, what? Yo, they used to have these black cartoons that used to go crazy, bro. Just random stories with like all-stars, black all-stars, legit black all-stars. We talking A-listers. I forgot about some. It was some other shows too, but I forgot. But yeah, HBO Family Jam, bro, used to go crazy, bro. Definitely used to go crazy, bro. For me personally, man, going up to my grandma's house on the weekend when my mama got to work overtime to pay them bills and shit. My mama got to work Saturday. I had to go over to my grandma's house, bro. Good times. Good times. But anyway, so without further ado, let's get right into it.
Well, it isn't Valentine's Day yet. But what really doesn't go together but works together in a strange way? Jam and Magnet, you know, from HBO Family. A dual block dedicated to educational shows that some of us who had the HBO bundle on Comcast, DirecTV, or Dish at the time were able to watch. However, there were many problems with these blocks leading up to its demise. Ultimately, the blocks themselves became lost media. So how did this even happen?
Yep, this shit's lit, bro.
HBO Family would launch as a multiple niche block on December 1st of 1996, after HBO decided it would be lucrative to have a kids channel to not overfill its main block. Also, at the time, real sex was a thing. Not what I would call family friendly. I mean, it could be worse. It could be big love. HBO Family at the time was only showing family-oriented movies until the network moved into the direction of having shows play on the block and dedicate the rest of the block to movies. Jam would launch April 26 of 2001 as a competitor to Nick Jr., Noggin, and Playhouse Disney. The mascot to promote Jam was a mascot named Jammy, a small blob of jam that would introduce shows and interstitials. Albeit very late in the preschool race, shows that predate Jam were as follows.
Yup. Yup. A little curious. Yeah. Curious. Hey.
A Little Curious was predated before Jam was a block. Fun fact, the theme song was sung by the New York a cappella group The Manhattan Transfer. The animation produced by Curious Pictures was made in 3 styles: 2D, 3D, and claymation animation. The show would focus on small topics regarding a specific verb. The show was released on February 1st of 1999 and was responsible for the upbringing of HBO Family.
Yep. Yep, kindergarten. I remember this.
This miniseries was recorded at Upper Nyack Elementary School in Upper Nyack, New York. The show itself was an unscripted day in the life of the kindergarten class. The show would follow the kids going into the first grade in 13 episodes. HBO Storybook Musicals was made after Dr. DeSoto, a children's book by William Stagg, was nominated for an Academy Award for animated shorts. Michael Sporn would go forward to make more animated musicals for HBO. Small history lesson on Michael. Michael Sporn would study at the New York Institute of Technology. He would serve in the Navy for 5 years and create animation by mail. After being honorably discharged, he would travel to London to work for Richard Williams and collaborate with John Hubley. After some time, would travel back to New York to create his animation studio, Michael Sporn Animation. He would work on shorts for HBO, Sesame Workshop, WBGH, Scholastic, Random House, and Goodyear. During his time on HBO in the 80s, worked on Lyle Lyle Crocodile the Musical, which was released on November 18th of 1987. As this became a success on the channel, other animations were created as individual anthology shows with different animators. Later would be named HBO Storybook Musicals, with The Story of the Dancing Frog, Early Birthday, and The Red Shoes in the early 90s. Later on, other animation companies would add to the series, such as Klasky Supo Incorporated with Alexander and the Terrible Horrible No Good Very Bad Day, Random House with The Country Mouse and the City Mouse, A Christmas Tale, as well as Sinar making very
Country Mouse and City Mouse. What do y'all know about Country Mouse and City Mouse, bro? Y'all don't know about that. Bruh, that used to go crazy, bruh. Country Mouse and City Mouse, y'all don't know about that. If you know about that, let me know. I don't think y'all know about Country Mouse and City Mouse. That shit used to go crazy, bruh. I ain't gonna even hold you. I had a couple of them VHS tapes too, bruh. I had like 3 of them motherfuckers, man. Them shits used to go crazy, bruh. Shout out to Country and City Mouse, bruh. That shit used to go crazy. That was my shit.
various episodes from 1987 to 1993.
They ain't do Crashbox though. What about Crashbox? It used to be, Crashbox was really that show though. I think Bad Bar was on HBO Family too, if I'm not mistaken.
Classical Baby.
The series was a musical anthology series made by Amy Schatz. She was a HBO veteran who was notable for her work on We Are the Dream, The Kids of the Oakland MLK Oratorical Fest, Goodnight Moon and Other Sleepy Time Tales, and The Song of Parkland. The series focused on classical music, art, dance, and poetry, and inspired kids to keep the art style alive. The show would run for 12 years. Jam would be the daytime block for preschool viewers, while the older kids would get an after-school block called Magnet. Fun fact, the block shorts would be created by Cup of Coffee Studios. This particular block would have its own website, hbomagnet.com, well as its own flash game called Magnet Dude. Basically, it was like sparktop.org, if you remember that website.
School can be tough, but it's better now.
Cause when school's out, we're logging on.
Logging on to SparkTop to get our spark on. Thinking my way.
That's what it's about.
SparkTop's a place to just chill out.
This would be the home for shows such as The Adventures of Tintin, 30 by 30 Kid Flicks, The Worst Witch, Dear America, What Matters, and The Animated Tales of the World, as well as the main HBO original series.
Yes, sir. Crashbox is my shit.
Well, now that we've got your attention.
Crashbox was made for Magnet by Cup of Coffee Studios. Released on February 1st of 1999, it was a show dedicated to teaching kids math, reading, and critical thinking skills.
Fun fact, this show helped me pass a couple of tests. I ain't gonna lie. I watched this show religiously just so I could pass tests. I swear, between like 2nd and 3rd grade, this show helped me tremendously, bruh. But that's where I think it really stops. It stops at I think it stops at like 4th grade, really. Yeah, it stopped at 4th grade. But by 4th grade, I wasn't watching this show no more. Sadly.
in the form of game shows. Each game was loaded on a screen with cartridges to load each game. The name of the games were Sketchpad, Distraction News, Haunted House Party, Here We Are, Psychomath, Think Tank, Lens, McCracken, Wordshake, Revolting Slob, Mugshots, Captain Bones, Radio Scramble, Eddie Bull, 10 Seconds, Poop or Scoop, and Riddle Snake. The series would last up until the 2000s and would even have its own games to play on the HBO Family website.
So sticky and wiggly and goopy and jiggly. Jammy, come out and play.
Jam was also home to shows such as El Perro y Gato, Rainbow Fish, The Little Lulu Show, Stuart Little, The Never-Ending Story, The Adventures of Paddington Bear, and I Spy. Magnet by 2005 would be discontinued as the views for the block were low. Also, this was a time in the 2000s where helicopter parents were against after-school blocks for kids being aired at a time when kids were supposed to be working on homework. Albeit due to limited shows, Magnet would also be considered lost media. Jam would take Magnet's lineup and ultimately aired Crashbox as its own show after 2005. Jam would have a good run for the next few years, while HBO Family would be moving in a different direction. Because no new programming was made, it became stagnant, while in addition, the shows were changing with the kids. There was only reruns to be played from then on. Sesame Workshop by 2015 would then get into a partnership with HBO to air old and new episodes of Sesame Street, would later add shows such as Pinky Dinky Doo and The Electric Company. In 2016, Sesame Workshop would rebrand Jam to HBO Kids. By then, only reruns of Sesame Street and other Sesame Workshop shows were taking over the block, leaving no room or interest to make new HBO originals for kids at all. While Sesame Street would move from PBS to HBO to then HBO Max, HBO Kids would eventually close down on February 29th of 2024.
Damn.
It's a no-brainer why Jam and Magnet shut down and eventually are considered lost media. Shows that predated the blocks didn't really need to be controlled by a schedule or a preschool brand. On top of that, these shows were old and limited, while HBO originals didn't last more than 2 seasons. There was no emphasis on expanding on the already locked down market of preschool shows, while in addition, Magnet only had Crashbox until the 2000s to keep it going. Because HBO Family was a subscription service, there was Playhouse Disney, Nick Jr., and Noggin that would dominate it, being a paid service already. Not saying A Little Curious and Crashbox were not memorable, but Jam and Magnet needed more shows to compete, and it just couldn't do so, only to be given over to Sesame Workshop and forgotten. In retrospect, to those who remember Jam and Magnet had to be there to witness what was left of it, only to wonder why it disappeared.
Facts.
Jammy, so sticky and wiggly and goopy and jiggly.
Hey, yo.
Jammy, come out and play. Jammy, your friend for today.
Most definitely, man. HBO Family used to have that shit though. Crashbox, A Little Curious, bruh. They used to have some. Hey, HBO Family has some bangers, bruh. HBO Family definitely has some bangers, man. But anyway, so that just go about doing for this one. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, peace out.